Hey, it's Skelemystyk. With Legion almost upon us, a lot of us are having dreams of great big monstrous raid bosses that we can defeat and cool, shiny, pretty, beautiful, colorful new gear. Some of us, however, have more base intentions. We want to get our greedy, grasping paws on as many bags of gold as possible. And I have to admit, I'm one of those. Show me the money. I want the big bags of gold. To that end, this video is about the best professions for earning gold with Legion coming up. I'm going to be doing a rundown of all the professions from the worst to the best. And we're going to see how close I am to being right. Now, keeping in mind, guys, don't ride me out on a rail. This has to do with only the professions as they apply to Legion and does not have anything to do with legacy crafting or any of those other things that you can craft from the other expansions. This just has to do with the Legion stuff itself. Now, starting out, ordinarily, I would put the gathering professions up there on the best because, well, you need all that stuff to make all the other stuff. And that would be great. But for whatever reason, the powers that be at Blizzard have decided to give us a knicker twister on the absolute top crafting agent, the Blood of Sargeras, by making it bind on pickup only. This means that those 187 recipes that Blood of Sargeras crafts will have to be done by each individual person with their own each individual Blood of Sargeras, and you won't be able to, being as you won't be able to trade that or stuff like that, you'll have to each have your own gatherer, which kind of puts a nix on some of the other crafting ingredients as well. If you're already getting Blood of Sargeras or having to get it with your own tune, you're going to get the other crafting stuff too. And, well, I don't see the gathering professions making a ton of money in this expansion at all. So I'm putting them on the worst of the list. Let's see if I'm right or not. I don't know, but I think so. I don't think with that whole bind on pickup for the premier crafting agent in Legion, I don't think it's going to work out that well. So on the bottom of the list is going to be any of the gathering professions. Skinning, mining, herbalism. Not going to happen, I do not think. Now, next up on that list is going to be leatherworking. Now, I know, I'm getting the look right now from all you leatherworkers. But guys, let's face it, in Legion, they kind of gave you the short shrift. I believe that besides armor, leatherworkers can craft the leather love seat, the Elderhorn riding harness, but that one's a bind on pickup for leatherworkers only. So, well, if you're a leatherworker, great. If you're not, you're out of luck. The leather pet leash, the leather pet whip, the pet bed, the flaming hoop, and the stonehide leather barding. That one's okay, but it's like one really good item out of the whole thing besides armor. So I'm not really seeing where they're going to be top cops, as it were, in the crafting professions. Next up on this list is going to be tailoring. Tailoring is kind of the same thing. They've got right now a silkweave satchel, but they don't have a bag slot limit. They haven't decided on one yet. So maybe, maybe if they make that a 35 or a 40 slot bag, it'll do okay. But other than that, they've really only got basic gear to work with. So I'm not seeing so much about tailoring either. All right, next up on the list is engineering. In engineering, we have some cool stuff. We have another wormhole generator and circuit board, and we have the gun shoes and the head cannons and all that. But the best thing I can see the engineering will have in this expansion is the pump action bandage gun, where you can kind of shoot somebody some healing over, and that's cool. But again, they're kind of being skimpy on giving engineers really cool, saleable as engineering stuff. They've got a few items, and it's true, but once you buy that one, I mean, you don't need another. It's just, yeah, I'm not seeing it. I'm not feeling the love as far as the engineering profession goes in Legion. Next up on that list is going to be Inscription. Now, I put Inscription this far down the list because they're making such a bunch of sweeping changes to it, getting rid of all the major glyphs and most of the minor glyphs and making them into toys and accoutrements and stuff like that. They do have the Vantis runes. The drawback that I see to the Vantis runes is, okay, that's going to make you stronger against a particular boss for a week, but only one boss. I don't think they're going to let you put a Vantis rune on every single boss. I don't think that's going to happen that way. and thus make the raid dungeon that much easier. I don't think that's going to happen at all. So I've put Inscription kind of in the middle of this. Not the best, not the worst. But we are getting up there now, because the next one up is going to be Alchemy. And just like everything else, Alchemy has got a ton of flasks that you're going to be using regularly. Consumables are one of the best things after gear and then after pets and mounts. Pets and mounts are going to be the two top things, but we'll get back to that in a minute. They've got tons of cool flasks, as you can see here, just like they usually do. This could go either way with the whole having to craft your own stuff, or you know, having to have your own crafting materials, and ending up having your crafting materials because of that whole Sargeras thing. But I still see Alchemy as a sound profession to use, just for the number of different elixirs and stuff that they have. I think that one's going to be okay. It's going to work out well. It's going to work out actually better than some of the other ones do. Next up on the list, above Alchemy, will be gem crafting. I say gem crafting because, well, they have so many different sockets and so many different pieces of gear. And as you all know, you change gear like underwear around this game. You really do, especially as you're building it up. You know, you may get something in a raid that you like this time and then change it up for something different next time. You're going to be spending a lot of time building, that's what I'm saying to you. And, well, gems always do well. They always seem to do at least decently. They're not a top thing because, well, of the price and because of the availability of them all. In any case, gem crafting will be the next one up on the list. Now we're getting up there into the real going concerns. Above gem crafting, the top two. These two I think are going to vie for first place simply because of the way they work. Enchanting got not only all those shoulder enchants that you see here. Let me show a few of these off. That are going to help you get all this other stuff, and they're thus going to become very, very necessary in getting, you know, your extra loot drops and whatnot like that. Not only did they get these shoulder enchants, but they got a couple of different of the pets and toys and whatnot like that. Let's see. We've got for toys the Enchanted Cauldron, the Enchanted Torch, and the Enchanted Pen. They have for a toy they have the Leylight Brazier. As well, enchanters will be able to make their own Blood of Sargeras out of other materials. So if you have an enchanter and then another, I don't know, another profession, that's going to help you out a little bit. They also make the Chaos Crystals, the Arcana, and the Leylight Shards. There we go. Just like that. Now, I have put enchanting up there, right up there with blacksmithing because of all the, not only the shoulder enchants, but all the pets. The two top selling things ever in the history of Warcraft. Pets and mounts. It doesn't matter if the expansion is new, if the expansion is in the middle, or the expansion is just closing out. People are buying pets and mounts. More, I think, than anything really else. More even than Transmog. Transmog is probably the second/third area. But pets and mounts, I think, will always be top. That is what it seems like the most people collect, the most people are really looking for. Which leaves me with the pseudo number one, number two, again, like I said, this ties with enchanting a lot, blacksmithing. So far, the only real sellable, craftable mount in the Fell Core Hound is in blacksmithing. That's where some money's going to be at. They have the Demon Steel Stirrups, which are going to let you do the same, essentially, as you have now with the riding stables in Draenor. They're going to let you do some interaction with things and without having to dismount. And that's going to be super, super valuable. But even better, those aren't permanent items. Those are going to be consumable based on time items. Those and the hoof plates, I think, really are going to be just eaten up like candy. So, guys, that's where we're at. The top profession is going to be blacksmithing, and run back down just how I did. If you want to make the money, these are the professions you're going to be in. If you're just doing it for the hell of it, well, take whatever profession you want, by all means. But you're going to have to more than likely have a gathering and a crafting on any tune that you use until they get out of this bottleneck with the Blood of Sargeras. That's like my biggest beef with this whole thing, the Blood of Sargeras being a buy don't pick up. I cannot believe that. Alright guys, anyhow, that is it for the crafting professions. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button a good hard smack, and as well share this video because, well, everybody likes the money. Everybody does. Until next time, this is Skelemystyk reminding you that whatever else you do, always love the game. Peace! Hey, what's up, gamers? This is Skelemystyk. Today I'm going to run you guys through the Skybreaker battle that's in the middle of Icecrown Citadel. Whenever I first came up here and did this battle, I had no idea what was going on. I watched a few guides, but it wasn't really clear. So I'm going to run this battle through for you guys so you can see how to do it quick, efficiently, and not having all the headaches that I have.